Have you guys ever had a renovation or house project fail? I've definitely had some when it comes to painting. I hate painting. I think that's the one thing about like home renovations that I absolutely hate it. Hate the entire process. I've definitely fucked it up in the past. So that would probably be mine, but let me know about you guys because we're checking out some reno fails today. Also, grab your beverage of choice, but I've realized I have used the same boring water bottle for like the last 2 weeks.
Shame, shame, shame.
I don't know why. I always switch it up to like different fun cups, but I've just been hooked on this one water bottle for some reason. Weird. Cheers! Hello!
Ayun.
Why? How? What just happened? Is that like an air pocket issue? An installation issue? I mean, either way, it's an issue. Oh, it's stuck?
He's gonna lose his sock now.
Oh, but now your socks are stuck.
Come on. Wait here.
Oh no.
You might want to throw it over on the carpet, not back on the glue.
Hello? Oh God, all I could think of is what happens when your skin gets in contact with that glue. Would your skin stick as bad? Because ooh, peeling that up after? Ugh. My first thought also was, why are you just laughing at and helping? I'm not helping, because in order to help, you would have to go in there. And I'm not having the same thing happen to me that's happening to you right now. So I might as well just film and laugh. I am not getting stuck with you. It's better to have one person stuck than both of us. And it ain't gonna be me.
Do you think the client will notice?
Yeah, I think they're gonna notice when they sit down to take a dump and they can't close the bathroom door. Luckily, that's gotta be fixable, right? Just take the door off, re-put it on. I act like that's easy. Is it easy?
The dumbest things I have ever seen done in a bathroom renovation. I do not know why they would just waste this space here. That was crazy. This one was interesting. This was just poor planning. I mean, look at this door to this cabinet. How useless, unbelievable. But this one absolutely takes the cake. Look at the turquoise wall and then the tub and the tile. And look at this vanity. What? I mean, the vanity is like a foot away from the wall. I do not know what they were thinking with this. And then you've got over here, you got the tub with the floor to ceiling tile, but no shower head to speak of. So
that last one almost looks like it's unfinished. I can't stop focusing on the sink vanity. The mirror, the tiles, it almost looks like it's slanted too. It doesn't look like that is going to hold the sink on top. I'm not a professional, but it looks f***ed up.
Why are you crying, Vicky?
The door's upside down.
What? The door's upside down.
I tried so hard. It took me all day.
Oh no.
I'm so upset.
Now I see it does not fit.
Cold. Nothing about it is right. It's the wrong door.
This is right.
You poor thing. You poor thing. It's cold. It's the wrong door. It's upside down. At first I'm like, I don't understand how it's upside down. And then I saw the gaping hole at the top. And there's probably one at the bottom, which is why she has the towel there to stop the breeze from coming. That'd be something I would do. There's some things that I know I should do and I can do, and there's some things I know that I should stay away from. And home renovations, to a certain extent, I should let the pros handle it. Pros by being Matt.
Take that, glass ceiling.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, is that water or is that air? That looks like a freaking waterbed. You guys know the water beds that were in like the 80s and 90s? That's what it literally looks and sounds like. I had a tiling issue in my condo a few years back. They had to change out the entire floor in my unit because something happened with the laundry machine where water got under the tiles like this, and it was like that. You would walk and it would bubble and water would actually come out of the floor when you walked on it. Like it was just seeping through the cracks, so they had to completely renovate and change the floors of my entire condo. That was a good time. LOL at whoever installed these tiles. Oh my god, how are they falling off that easily? What did you use? Elmer's glue to hold those tiles on? Who did that? I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Dollarama Elmer's glue.
Have you ever impulsively done something and then thought to yourself afterwards, why on earth did I do that? Well, that's exactly what you're looking at in this video. So I wanted to get those nice white lines in between my pavers, and I thought I'll brush some concrete and sand through. Well, I didn't seal the pavers before I did that now, did I? And so what you can see is me impulsively putting a bunch of concrete on and brushing the sand through just before, guess what? It started raining and all the concrete set into the pavers. So this took a couple of weeks to scrub off with pressure washing and acid washing. Anyway, I hope you get some joy out of watching me do all this work just to create more work for myself. And I really hope you learn from my mistake and don't do anything like this yourself.
You know what? We've all had those impulse decisions. Every one of us, whether it's a home renovation, whether it's something completely different. I've made a lot of them. Every piercing I've ever had, impulse decision. For example, my nose piercing. I was studying for an exam that I had that day, and my friend texted me saying, hey, you want to go get our nose pierced? And I was like, I have about an hour. And she said, no problem. She picked me up. We got our nose pierced. I went back home, and then I got ready and went to my exam. It was very random. I had no intention of getting my nose pierced at all. But here we are. All these years later, it's still there.
I made the mistake of thinking I could give this bathroom a quick facelift, and things escalated pretty quickly. I think I'm just gonna put it back on. That's all caulk. I was planning on just replacing the faucet in here, but this sink and countertop were very damaged, so I took it out.
Oh gosh.
This was so heavy, but I got it out. Then I had every intention of painting these cabinets until I realized how much water damage there was, and that had to come out too. At one point, I honestly thought this thing was glued in, but there were just so many layers of caulk that it was a struggle to get out. And that is when things really took a turn for the worst. These are so bad. I pulled out the toilet and realized these valves have been leaking a lot. This is soaked. I had to replace all 3 valves, but they were so corroded I could not get them off and I needed help.
Do you need help? Christy, do you want help? Okay, let me help. What are you doing?
After a lot of hours and aggravation, we did get all 3 valves replaced, but once those were done, we decided to remove all the baseboards and this old linoleum to see how bad the damage really was.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't good. Well, we're in it now. Honestly, I regret starting this project. I wish I could just close this door and pretend this bathroom doesn't even exist. The water damage was actually pretty bad, and it wasn't just under the toilet. It ended up being in all the corners as well. So I had to remove this entire layer of wood to make sure that the water didn't also seep through into the subfloor. So lesson learned, my quick facelift turned into a complete gut job. So stick around to see if I could put this thing back together.
You know, some things are just better left in the unknown. Sometimes I would rather not know than know. However, when it comes to water damage, I think, I'm not a professional by any means, but I think it's better to know than not know. It's the worst news ever, I know, but on the bright side, now you know, and it's gonna get fixed and be replaced, and your bathroom, I bet, is gonna look so beautiful in the end. Financially, though, I would not want to know. Please don't tell me. This is why you should never paint. This is why you should never paint your fence on a windy day. Oh. Is that your fence, though? I'm trying to see. You're painting your fence and then the paint blue onto the other thing, but is the other thing yours or is that part of your neighbor's? Because that could be a problem. Also, painting on a windy day outside, not only will the paint go everywhere, just think about all the dirt, dust, and things like that that would be flying around and sticking into your paint. It's not going to be very smooth. POV, you decided to sand your floors but rented the wrong sander. Apparently a square buff sander is not what you need in this case. Oh. As you can see, listen, I know what sanded floors look like, okay? That I know. And this has just damaged your floors. But what I don't know is, can you get a proper sander now? Come back in, sand and buff all these mistakes out, and then like restain the floor, like rather than replacing it? Or do you just have to replace it at that point?
My biggest DIY fail that made me cry. We wanted to renovate our own kitchen cabinets, so we started by stripping them down so that we could sand them and then add a stain. We used really fine sandpaper to smooth everything out and even used pre-conditioner before the stain. But once we finished staining the whole kitchen, we realized it was very patchy in certain areas and even looks really distressed, just not good. So we have to go in a different direction very quickly because countertops are coming in soon. So we grabbed a bunch of paint samples to pick a color so that we could hire professionals to do it over the weekend. Excuse me while I go cry myself to sleep.
No. You know, from far, I was actually like, wow, those turned out great. I love the look of that. But then when you showed the close-up, I was like, ooh, I see what you mean there. That would be so frustrating. Hours of work just to hire someone, to pay money, to have them just paint over all your hard work. That's a painful pill to swallow, you know? When you hire a contractor that says, you can trust me, I've been doing this since before I was even born. $20,000? Oh my God, look at that light. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That would suck so bad. The worst part is that you paid someone to do a crappy job. That's gotta be the worst part about the whole thing. Okay, I understand. The problem here is, how do I get in? It's like sealed off. But I'm just wondering, how do you get in anyways? Take the door out of it and everything. How does anything fit inside that garage? I can't stop watching. How does anything fit in there? There's no way you can drive a car into that. That might be the weirdest garage I've ever seen. All right, guys, have you had any type of renovation project fail? If so, I want to hear about it. I'm out of here though. Stay classy out there, stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.